It's me again. I apologize. It has been 8 months since I last did a video, and if you invested any of your time and energy with me while this story was unfolding, I owe you an apology. As I said, 8 months ago, I buried the lead about the biggest revelation of this ongoing story, and then I kind of disappeared. So, spoiler, for those of you who maybe missed that last video, my biological father is in fact my mother's fertility doctor. Now, I could bore you with the mundane details of these past 8 months. That's hopefully not a big reveal if you've been following along. In time, I will bore you with those details, but for today, I'm going to attempt to be succinct and comprehensive with the stuff that matters, along with some of the repeated stuff for context if you're quasi-new or catching up on this. So I will dive in, and I've got dates attached to this. So rewinding, April 21st of 2021, so almost a year ago, I have a phone call with one of this fertility doctor's known daughters. At this point in the conversation, I don't know that he is my biological father. I'm still trying to confirm that. Now, between our first call and our second call, she discovers this blog that I write on, the same one that that I'm reading from, that you're watching here on video. And she texts me after our first phone call that she feels almost certain she knows who my biological father is. She agrees to take a DNA test to confirm if my and her suspicions are correct. So that's April 21st. A month later, on May 25th, the results of our DNA siblingship test arrive in my email inbox. I had mailed one out to her house, and she took the test. She submitted it through the mail, and the results stated that she and I are a 99.99% match as half-siblings, and would thus confirm that what I'd anticipated and dreaded and also expected was that my mother's fertility doctor is my biological father. On June 8th of 2021, this is less than 2 weeks later, my son Noah was born. On June 25th, barely, not even 2.5 weeks after that, I had the opportunity to meet my new half-sister, the doctor's known daughter, along with two of my other half-sisters, ones that I had known, and they visited here in Miami and wanted a chance to see the baby and me. It's disorienting, it's special, it's overwhelming, it's all those things. And it's full of fear that largely comes down to my fragile ego, these self-imposed expectations of myself, and a quickly growing but still undiagnosed bout with depression. The next section is kind of my blah, blah, blah. Life goes on, work gets crazy. I turned 37 in September. I got help for depression. I got myself back together, and I still avoided writing or producing videos here. Then things really started to heat up in September 14th of 2021. After, in the subsequent months of us confirming that the fertility doctor was our biological father, my half-sister filed a lawsuit against him. It was picked up in a story by the Rochester Democrat and Chronicle, which is the major newspaper in the city that we're from. And the doctor is publicly named for the first time. And on this video is the first time I will publicly name him. His name is Morris Wortman. The story gets picked up internationally. It ran in the Washington Post and a lot of other places, and of course on the Facebook page of The Maury Show. Then things really started to heat up. In February of this year, on the 28th, the New York Times released a story about me and my half-siblings and explained that there are at least 3 known physicians in Rochester, New York, who were found to have used their own sperm to impregnate several of their patients. The story is unique in the sense that it actually named both of those physicians and got one of them on record, which you can read about on the New York Times site, but essentially acknowledging that they didn't think much of it, that several of them did it, and probably many more did. In that story, there was a glamour shot of me in the New York Times, which was a banner moment, not for the thing I ever thought I'd be known for. On March 15th, a couple weeks later, WSVN, which is channel 7 in Miami, which is the Fox News affiliate here, ran a story about that above story through my lens. So it was interviewing me specifically. They forget, and you maybe will see in the video if you take a look at that you can see me barefoot in the opening montage, which I regret. But around this time, we learned that of at least one confirmed new half-sibling, an additional one, and potentially another. So to the best of my knowledge, even as I share this video with you today, including the doctor's known children, there are 15 of us. Then I get a phone call from a producer for Good Morning America. And 2 weeks later, my half-sister Morgan and I were featured on Good Morning America on April 1st, not an April Fool's joke. My mom made a cameo, which was a huge time coming. something that I would have thought she would have been very against a long time ago, and finally to the point where she chose to speak up. Juju Chang, who is the anchor for Nightline, produced the spot, and she did an incredible amount of justice in just 4 minutes. And then fast forward to today, which is, in fact, we were waiting an air date for an additional feature piece based on that interview from Good Morning America that's expanded on Nightline. It's going to take footage and content from the Good Morning America piece, but it's going to expand upon it. So the Good Morning America piece was about 4 minutes long, and this one on Nightline is, we were told, going to be maybe 12 or so minutes long. So I will have more for you soon, and again, if you're still reading or watching these videos, I'm really grateful that you are. I know I was kind of brief, and now the sun is kind of setting into my eyes, but I appreciate you following these, and I look forward to sharing more with you soon. And be sure to leave any questions in the comments. I'll be happy to read them.